We often get calls from clients when they've received a grand jury subpoena. If someone receives a grand jury subpoena, what's the first thing they should do?
The first thing they need to do is not talk to anybody else and to call an attorney, because the receipt of a grand jury subpoena first doesn't automatically mean that you're a target of an investigation or you're going to be charged with criminal activity, but it does let you know that you are part of an investigation. And so you want to make sure that anything you have, any documents you have, communications you have, are protected from there on. So talking to an attorney would be the first step upon receipt of that document.
And then once someone has contacted you and said, I've received a grand jury subpoena, what are your first steps to try to help that client?
So my first step would be to reach out to the prosecuting attorney who issued the grand jury subpoena, because, of course, the first question a client wants to know is, am I a target, a subject, or a witness of this investigation? And so we try to find that information out as quickly as possible, so then we can posture our defense depending on what our client's role is in the investigation.
And if the client is required to produce documents in response to the subpoena, do you help them gather and produce those to the government?
We do. We help from the initial collection of documents to organizing, determining responsiveness of the documents, to the ultimate production of the entire subpoena response. So yes, we help from start to end.
And if a client is required to provide testimony to the grand jury, do you help prepare them for that?
We do. And so there are two types of grand jury subpoenas that you can receive. One is the subpoena ducis tecum, which is to produce documents, which is what I would say the majority of grand jury subpoenas are for. You can also receive, as you said, a subpoena for testimony, which would be to testify before the grand jury. And yes, we do help prepare clients to testify before a grand jury. Now, of course, grand jury proceedings are private, so yes, we do all of the prep work, but defense attorneys cannot be in the room with a client when they are testifying before the grand jury.
Okay, so if someone receives a grand jury subpoena, can they contact you for a free consultation?
Absolutely. I would love if they would reach out to me so we can discuss their options proceeding forward.